Well, we have breaking and tragic news out of Kenya. Just in the last hour, a State Department spokesperson confirming that 4 Americans have died after a tourist helicopter crashed in a remote part of the country. Local authorities say that there were 7 people on board the aircraft total, which was carrying guests from the luxury travel company and beyond. Search and recovery efforts are underway. And this is a tragedy that has also touched this company and our Telemundo family personally. NBC News correspondent George Solis joining us now from Miami with the very latest. George, right now, what are we learning about this fatal accident and news that we're getting about one of our colleagues?
Yeah, that's right, Sam. It is a tragedy that touches here close to home. And this is still a developing story. But what we do know, based on some local reports from Kenyan authorities, this happened in a remote part of Kenya, an area that's becoming more popular for tourists to tour. Happened around 9:13 local time in an area known as Samburu County. Kenya's civil aviation authorities said there were 7 people on board, 6 passengers and the pilot. And as you mentioned, the State Department telling us that they confirmed the death of 4 Americans as a result of a helicopter crash, and that the U.S. Embassy is in touch with local authorities and providing consular assistance, saying they, of course, provide their deepest condolences to the family and loved ones for their loss. The helicopter company itself, Lady Lori, saying in a statement that the company itself is deeply saddened that one of its aircrafts was involved in an accident, going on to saying the aircraft was carrying a charter, and that their deepest sympathies are with the guests, crew, their families and loved ones, and all those affected by this tragic accident. And Sam, as you mentioned, this is one that hits close to home here. Cesar Conde, the NBC Universal News Group chairman, putting out a statement a little bit ago saying he is heartbroken to share the tragic news that José Suárez, the president and general manager of the Telemundo-owned stations in Orlando, Tampa, and Fort Myers, was killed in this crash. Going on to say Jose was a deeply respected leader and beloved friend and colleague across NBC Local and NBC News Group over the course of a 20-plus year career with the company, serving stations in San Antonio, Sacramento, Fresno, Salt Lake, and Las Vegas. Going on to say Jose was an exceptional colleague and mentor to many, that he cared deeply about his teams, the communities they served, and the essential role our stations play in people's lives, saying he brought energy, humor, warmth, and a strong sense of purpose to his work, and his impact was felt far beyond the stations he led. Going on to say the suddenness and circumstances of Jose's passing make this loss especially difficult to comprehend. Our hearts are with his loved ones and with all of his colleagues across NBC Universal Group who are grieving this terrible loss. And of course, our hearts go out to his family and to all of those that may have died in this crash. But again, Sam, this is still a developing story, and we are learning more and trying to ascertain more details about this crash that, again, we know for sure at least claimed the lives of 4 Americans. Sam?
It is, in fact, a huge loss, and our thoughts with Jose's family, as you said, George, and the families of all of the victims. George Solis with the very latest. Thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.